Hey, how you doing? So I've been stuck inside for about 8 days now with coronavirus. It's really boring, but the vaccine clearly does its job because I'm feeling lots better. Um, but I still have a bit of a hoarse voice, so I thought, well, I've got to make use of this time in isolation where I can't even leave the house. So I thought I'd dive into some tutorials and see how that goes. So the first ever tutorial I got asked for was Ben Howard's "End of the Affair," which is a beautiful song. If any of you have seen my channel before, you know that I take guitar songs and put them onto the piano because although I do play the guitar a little bit, I don't play it very well. So if you're looking for someone to explain exactly how to play like Ben Howard, you need to find someone with a guitar. But if you're here because you play one of these, then I hope you like this. And if you do, please tell me in the comments below. And if there's any other tutorials you'd like me to do, because I need to know that people are watching and it's worth it. All right, here we go. So we're going to start in B flat major. So in the left hand we've got B flat, F, and B, and then in the right hand we've got D, F, and then room for the melody, which starts on B flat at the top. So throughout this verse, what tends to happen is that the left hand plays and holds for 2 notes, and then the right hand plays the melody for the last 2 notes of the bar. So it goes something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these 3 notes here on the left hand, holding for 2 beats: 1, 2, and then on 3. You play the triad of notes here, D, F, and B flat, twice, and that's the start of the melody. Okay. So in the right hand, that's, and again. Okay, so putting them both back together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 is where you hit the F and the A together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then a similar thing with the next chord. The next chord you slide down to an F, but it's inverted, so the A is on the bottom. So you've got A, F, and A in the left hand, and C and F in the top hand. And again, you play the left hand for 2 notes, 1, 2, 3, and then you're coming in with that. That's the melody line on the top finger, the B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so putting them both together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then the third chord is D minor. So this is a bit different. There's just a hold on the left hand for 2, and that's just a whole bar. He puts in an extra 2 beats here. So just for 2, you're holding just D and A. 1, 2, and then you're starting a whole new bar of 4. And this bar of 4 is where the kindness gone to bed line is. And the kindness gone to bed line is played with your top finger up here, or any finger up here. Okay. And that's played over D and F, and this time you're playing on every beat. So that D, A, and then with the top hand D is played every beat, and you're moving that kindness gone to bed line over the top. So and then you're going back to start that whole process again. So the last so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then that 1 is where you started the whole song again. So you're back to that again. Okay. So the only thing that you need to add, if you want to, is that the bass on the record does this. Instead of just remaining on the D. So So that would look like this in the left hand. So that coupled with the right hand doing the melody, they move at the same time, but they move in slightly weird ways. So this is a bit of a mind-bending exercise, but that's not right. Let's try that again. Okay, let's try. Okay, so this is how it should sound. Okay, but to be honest with you, if you can't be bothered to do that, and you just play it like this, it sounds perfectly fine. So that's that, and then you repeat that exact thing. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I miscounted slightly, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's the first two. And then the only thing that changes the last couple is the melody. So it's exactly the same chords, but this time the melody goes 2. So that's still the same, D and F on the bottom, but C on the top this time. And then A, G, F. 2, 3, 4. Still hitting that A on the 4. And then slide down again. One, two. Okay, so putting those two things together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, so that last one, just a slightly different melody line. It's the hell I don't know line. Living forever, hell I don't know. Again, I don't play all of these melody lines because I'm singing them, so I'm just trying to demonstrate where they are. But ultimately, if you just keep this feel going and you sing over the top and you don't hit all these melody lines, that's totally fine. Hell, I don't know. Right, and this time, this last one here, I don't play this moving line. I just hold on this D chord. But that's only if you're singing, obviously. So, do I care the thunder's rumbled sound? So I just play it straight 4 times. And then move to C, and that's where it finishes. Do I care the thunder's rumbled sound? Okay. And just hold that C. Okay, so that's the whole verse. And possibly the hardest bit. So now we're on to the pre-chorus section. There isn't a chorus, so don't get excited. But this is, again, the right hand is playing the melody, and he does this on the guitar. So it's in C, and all you're really doing, well, certainly to start with, it's just playing the C chord with the left hand, and going up doing the melody with the right hand. So now I watch her running round in love again. And that's where I stop playing the melody. So now I watch her running round in love again. So this is kind of where the end section comes from as well. So it's useful to learn this now. So it's this rhythm is what gives the feel to the song. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you can get used to that, playing that rhythm, it happens all the way through the end section, but it's also really useful here. So the chord I'm playing there is basically a B flat major, but I'm sus. This is the second of the chord, and that's what gives it that unfinished, cool feeling. And you'll notice that what I did on the second time through that time is that the bass note follows the melody up, if you can be bothered. So instead of going the second time, the pinky follows it up. Okay, so let's do that again. The whole thing is, now I watch her running round in love again. And again. Now I talk about you when I'm with our mutual friends. Okay, and now you're ready to do the whole thing again, back to the beginning. End of the affair. Okay, so that's it. 2/3 of the song done. So after the second time of doing this, he goes into a section which I cut out when I did it because I didn't think it was necessary to include it on just the piano. This is the atmospheric bit with all that cool guitar delays and stuff. But basically what he's doing is something like... You can play around with any of these notes however you like, really, but I guess this is the important bit. But he plays several notes at a time, and they're delaying and doing all kinds of cool things. And then the end section is basically just these two chords back and forwards with a very cool pattern on the right hand. And it would be useful if you had really big hands at this point, but if you don't worry, we can do it. So the two chords are in the left hand, D minor again, and B flat major. But mostly just the bottom note, the fifth note, and the top. of each of those chords. I don't really play the third very often, but you can. You're basically playing it in the right hand. Okay, so the way that this rhythm works is think of it in two halves of the bar again. So first half of the bar is the left hand, 1, 2, 3. So on the 3 you're starting the rhythm in the right hand. Now you notice I'm playing a 9 span with my hand here. If you can't do that, it doesn't matter. You just play the bottom half and then the top half, so you're transferring your weight between the two, so don't worry if you can't reach. So 1, 2, 3. So that's what you're doing with the right hand, the C and the G together, and then toggling that F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3. Now you notice I'm putting a second left hand on the and after 2. 1, 2, and just before the 3. So if you think of it as 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2. So, and then you're moving down to the B flat major on the right hand, and you're shifting down to a little bit easier to play this, but exactly the same idea. Now, I don't know whether it's better to play the C or the D on the thumb, maybe half and half. I basically just made this stuff up as I go along. So, this is it. This is just it. Go to him. What the hell, love? That's pretty hard to sing when you're recovering from coronavirus. So yeah, and that's it basically. That just sort of plays to fade a bit like that. There's obviously loads of stuff that goes on the record, but I just played that round until I stopped singing basically, and just put your heart and soul into that end bit because it's beautiful. That's it. I hope that helps, and I would love to know if you got some value out of this video. If you did, please give it a like, leave it a comment below, because I need to know whether it's worth me doing more of these videos. And if you have a specific video of mine that you'd like me to do next, also leave that below. And that's it. Happy practicing. I shall see you again. Bye.